I spoke to Rima Evanstar, who makes apparently really good freaking deep dives into VTubers. And Rima over here, who you should all check out, did a video on the controversial ascent of MORI Calliopе. And as someone that actually likes MORI, I knew she got hate on her music, but I didn't realize she had such a controversial ascent. So we're gonna be deep diving into the infinite drama of Calliope's rise to power.
This thing you have with trash taste, you like them, or you're like friends with Connor. It's not okay, Mori. You're not allowed to collab or like anyone.
Yo, I remember this drama. Oh my god, that brings me back. Connor had like a take or something with where VTubers, they get into like big corporations. They don't need to actually be talented. They just like, cause once they get the platform, they're good. Like he had a hot take like that. When he wasn't saying that corpo VTubers are bad, just that they didn't need to be good to get a platform, right? Something like that.
So we tell you it's okay, don't you understand?
And people hated on Mori for being friends with people that would have that take. Dude, people are so into this old gatekeeping shiz.
So you betrayed your friend.
No! Just be cool, guys. Like, is it that hard to just be cool?
Yeah, is it hard, chat? Is it hard, huh? All you guys trying to be cool?
Hey, Beats. It's MORI CALLIOPE. What's up? Just so you know, I have just announced that in December, I'll be releasing a full album. Check it out,
Let's go. In before Twitter, people make fun because, anime girl cringe.
When we think of a VTuber, we picture someone that can sing, dance, and entertain a crowd. We think of a
like me, an epic dancer and singer. Have you heard my Twitch thought song? Oh, you're a Twitch thought, nasty, greedy witch thought.
The highest self of a virtual idol is someone who could perform all of these tasks with ease. Basically an idol who's also an anime waifu. And for the Western Calliope embodies all of these elements. She's talent incarnated.
Hello, I'm MORI CALLIOPE from Hololive English Myth, and welcome to the underworld!
And yeah, she's really cute and funny, and it's wild that she gets so much hate. But again, I feel like a lot of it just stems from, popular anime girl cringe, music from anime girl cringe.
All of the Hololive idols are full of talents. One could argue that Mori just checks all of those boxes.
I can only do so much, like play a recorder, scream a little bit, write raps about bread, and be okay at music, and read mangas about dads who are VTubers, and drink a lot of wine, and be bad at video games.
Hey, that's all the qualities you need. Bad at video games, drink wine, write music. That's everything you need in a waifu.
Entertainer, she's been dubbed a household name. She's a singer, a lyricist, but most importantly, she's a brand. But what if you've got everything you've ever wanted, but still weren't happy? What if the price of success came at a cost? In the case of Mori,
and that cost is people on Twitter that are just jealous of the success of this very epic waifu.
Calliope, she holds the distinction of being the first Hololive English VTuber who signed a major record deal with Universal Music, achieving over 2 million subscribers on YouTube and releasing 2 full albums under her belt.
That's
she
awesome.
Undeniably set an exceptionally high standard for corporate VTubing, and her success may
she literally is a massive standard. I feel like Hololive English is only as successful as it is because of her. Okay, maybe that was a little extreme, but she definitely added. Without her, it would not be as successful.
Well, serve as a pioneering example for future VTubers aspiring to blend mainstream media with the VTubing world. However, Mori's journey has been marked by numerous challenges, controversies, and moments of sorrow. It pains me to say, but it must also be acknowledged that Mori has garnered a significant—
Dude, it is so cringe. Forcing people to not hang out with people that you feel like aren't appropriate for them to hang out with.
Amount of detractors over the years, making her one of the most polarizing VTubers out there. And while it is customary—
I don't think there's anything wrong with Giguk. I just think Giguk isn't in that idol niche. Like, and he'll state his opinions that are not in that idol niche. And people want to see an idol as an idol. Someone with no male friends. Someone that fits into the vision that you have of them.
Public figures with a substantial following to have their share of critics, Mori seems to have an unusually high number of fervent antis, almost resembling a cult-like following.
Yeah, there is an actual cult of people that hate Mori and her music. It's wild.
Dedicated to making her life difficult.
I wish you were this enthusiastic when you collab with your gen mates and senpai instead of Giguk. Imagine donating to say that. Oh my god.
At every turn. In this VTuber deep dive, we'll cover everything from the good to the bad so we can understand the root of the controversies and determine if we think they are founded.
Also, her back strength must be incredible. Have you seen those Habanka Donka Bonka Maloos?
Just nothing burgers. So buckle up because there is a lot to unpack. In the meantime, make sure to subscribe for more VTuber documentaries and commentaries. 95% of you still aren't subscribed to my channel, so seriously, what are you waiting for? And if you want to support the channel and have your name displayed at the end of my video, you can join my memberships for as little
check
as
her out, Rima Evanstar. She really goes, she does good work. She goes really deep divey into the every big VTuber stuff. Hopefully she'll cover everything, and she deserves success, so check her out.
Regarding Mori's alter ego, although it is no secret and Mori herself has mentioned that she doesn't mind us talking about her past life, I would rather take extra precautions and I won't explicitly show her alter ego or refer to it by name in this video. Anyway,
I'll be honest, I think that entire past life thing, okay, this is like a taboo and I'm sure I'm gonna get hate for it, but the whole past life thing is a little weird. Like if someone was like a serial scammer, okay, and then they become a VTuber and they don't want you to talk about their past life, do you respect them and not talk about their past life? Like obviously that's stupid. That's like a weird idol cleaning the record, you are a new person type thing. I mean, if people don't like it, then I guess I respect they're willing to they want to make content the way they do, but for someone like Mori who literally doesn't care that you refer to her as her alter ego, I don't see any issue with referring to her as her alter ego, even though there is that taboo. I guess that's controversial in these parts or something.
Anyway, if you know, you know. And if you think I'm playing it too safe, leave a comment below. Now, back to the video.
I've never spoken to Mori, but her alter ego on the other hand, well, I mean, we've exchanged DMs a couple of times.
To understand the public perception of Mori Calliope, we gotta go back, way back to her pre-Hololive era. You see, before Hololive, Mori was an underground rapper. Born in Texas, she moved to Japan to pursue her dreams of becoming a music artist and rapper.
To go to the surface world. I wanted to go to Overworldy in Japan, okay? I had a special box, and I put on front of the box, I put a picture of all of the bands that I wanted to see perform live.
Dude, I love hearing her speak. She has such a, like, wholesome and optimistic look at life.
Abroad, she created a few close bonds with peers, friends, and other members of the music community and performed together in underground bars and venues. To Mori's own admittance, back then, she didn't have a very high opinion of the idol culture.
How do you view yourself as like a public figure?
To be honest, I'm still trying to figure it out. Because it happened about a month ago, right?
Right.
I suppose...
Like, she's mega famous. That's such a good response. Respect.
All that I can say is, before all of this, when I was just doing underground things in the underworld rap scene, I kind of like stuck up my nose a bit at idols, I suppose. I had this attitude of, there's this whole industry built around like worshipping these people that are...
Oh, that's a good take. Oh, yeah. Ooh, nice take there, not gonna lie. God damn, it's a spicy meatball.
Supposed to be more than human when they're not. I really kind of stuck up my nose like, well, I'm so much better than them. I'm no idol. I'm not an idol rapper. I'm an underground rapper, and that kind of thing. One VTuber that kind of changed my mind about idols, her name is Milky Queen. She's like a rice-themed VTuber. She speaks fluent English and Japanese. We kind of became friends, and she really changed my mind about idols because she's so down-to-earth, kind, and an incredible singer and talented. I kind of had these ideas.
Like, I think that differentiating idols and singers and all this other stuff is ultimately almost a name or a brand. It's not necessarily making the person different in any way. The thing that bothers me about specifically, let's say, idols is the culture behind it. There's nothing wrong with idols or looking up to this person as an idol, but the culture behind the idol stuff, how they're not allowed to have boyfriends, they have to fit in a box, you envision them as a specific person, and they're not allowed to, you know, move at all out of the delineating lines that you've given them. I feel like that is weird.
About what idols were really like, but I realized watching her stuff, she works so hard and she's talented and kind and humble, and other idols can be like that too. Whoa, no way, no wonder so many people like them. And then I realized I was being a jealous little hoe, and now it's fine. So it's no problem. I've just kind of rode into the whole
changing your opinion. Wow, is that hypocrisy? Dude, I love when people literally, their opinions change over time because they learn more things and people call you out for being a hypocrite. It's like, Typical internet culture.
thing, like with a lot of respect for my fellow idols and all the hard work that they're doing, and my mind completely changed, which is something doesn't happen often.
Just like probably
Damn, that's such a nice, wholesome take and perspective to put on it. Yeah, I think that people that hate idol culture also inherently hate idols, which is stupid. They are just a product of the culture and definitely not someone that deserves to be hated at all. And I really like that. The way she differentiated that. That's good stuff.
she criticized some aspects of it. And it's during that era that most of her actions and words would come back to haunt her later on in her VTubing career under the character Mori Calliope. So back then, as a standalone artist, Mori Calliope, while not being under that name, made quite successful music with some videos that she produced herself, racking up to millions of views. Her talent is undeniable.
Because she was a successful musician before becoming an idol. And that's why she was a successful musician as an idol. And of course people hated her because waifu cringe.
And I can only commend the amount of work she poured into her craft. In some videos, she would rap, write the lyrics, animate, and even put the mix together herself. But in late 2019, most of the world was blissfully living their lives and enjoying their last few moments in the sun while a global pandemic was brewing.
The beautiful time where people didn't blame me for not touching grass. People praised me for not touching grass. What a glorious era that was. The world can't relate.
Mori and her peers, friends, and mentors from the scene were still performing in bars and creating music together. Once the pandemic hit, it ruined everybody's plans, and all of those venues in which they were performing and making a buck off closed.
Yeah, dude,
which
that was so rough for so many people. When that went down, I was so grateful that my job as an online entertainer, I could still do exactly what I was doing. On the contrary, I had more reason and more time to dedicate to what I was doing when so many people were struggling. I am so lucky. God damn.
Particular group of friends to have to reassess some of their dreams, and some of them had to pack their bags and go home or simply stop making music. Mori, on the other hand, had to find a new way to generate income if she wanted to stay abroad, and that's when one of her friend who was in the VTubing space suggested that she should audition for
VTubing.
Hololive.
I had some other
honestly though, COVID really boosted Hololive. That's kind of crazy to think that way, but I feel like the VTuber community would not be as big as it is if not for COVID. That's kind of crazy. You never know the ramifications things have on the world.
Reaper mates who also were looking into the Hololive thing and we're talking about it. And I just I listened in and I was like, oh, okay. Sounds interesting. I'm getting sick of swinging my scythe around all the time. What's interesting though is that I kind of didn't say anything when I auditioned to those friends. I was just I'll just give it a shot. 'Cause I didn't think I was going to get in. I thought that they had way better chances than me. And so I was like, well, okay, I'll just do it for shits and giggles, right? Just for fun. About midway through, before we even heard anything, before things even got moving, I got real guilty. So I told my friends, I said, hey, listen, look, I went ahead and I auditioned for the thing that you guys did, yes. Just so you know, I'm not trying to be slimy or anything. Before things start popping off, right? Yeah. Just letting you know what's up. And it was all cool.
And that's when the magic ensued. But while Mori...
And then she became one of the biggest names in VTubing as well as in online music.
Undeniably found success there. Many of her former friends saw her as selling out and trading the integrity of her art for success and leaving them behind, which seemed to be something that Mori would struggle to come to terms with for the rest of her career.
That is rough. I could see people saying that she sold out, but I have a very nuanced take on that, and that is, do what you want, girl! Follow your dreams! Get that bag! You don't have to constantly justify your decisions to make that are there. You're deciding on things to make your life better, okay? If people are upset at you for deciding something to make your life better in one way, whether it's financial stability or whatever, honestly, you go, girl. And if someone will hate you for it, then they were probably never a real friend.
Friends that I had made from those times, they kind of stopped doing music. I guess I just wanted some of them to be proud of me.
Mori Calliope
Damn, bro, that hurts, man. My heart is aching. I'm very picky when it comes to friends. When I consider someone a friend, it is because I genuinely value them as a person, not just because we happen to be in the same field. I have friends that do YouTube that are more acquaintances that I'll talk to sometimes and collab with sometimes or whatever. And then I have friends that I met through YouTube, but I genuinely consider friends, real friends. And I could name you a lot of them that you probably know about. But dude, that's rough. That is so sad.
VTubers who formed the first generation of Hololive English. Gargura, Ninomai Nanis, Takanashi Kiara, and Watson Emilia. They were collectively known as Myth, and each of them had a mythical team for their character design.
Yeah.
Mori Calliope's team was the Grim Reaper, and she claimed to be the first apprentice of Death who decided to become a VTuber to harvest souls. Mori's debut
Makes sense to
stream was
me. That's just basically VTuber lore in a nutshell. I'll take it.
a huge success, attracting over 100,000 viewers and gaining over 200,000 subscribers in less than a day. She introduced
Insane.
herself as a rapper who loves hip-hop and metal music and performed her original song, Excuse My Rudeness, But Could You Please R.I.P. for the first time, which quickly became viral. She also showed off her fluent Japanese skills as she was living in Japan at the time. Her
Yeah, dude,
first
she had everything that she needed. She literally is an entire package. Great model design, great personality, very eloquent speaker, by the way. Good at music, actual experience in the music industry, not just like mixing covers in her bedroom, like actual musical performance experience. She had it all, and she got all of those skills and the ability to speak Japanese and all that stuff literally because she worked so hard on it for so many years. Yes, she wasn't doing content creation for all those years, but all those years of living in Japan, studying Japanese, and developing her skills in musical performance all definitely and absolutely got added to her arsenal of making her as popular as she became.
Single and several other songs were later collected into an EP album titled Deadbeats that was released on October 2020, and a few months later, in January 2021, she would reach 1 million subscribers on her channel and release her second album, Your Mori. There are many reasons why Mori was enjoyed by VTuber fans. Her outspoken and honest attitude, and my personal
which is, again, even in the idol sphere, because Hololive is especially idol focused, and like to a disgusting degree, in my opinion, because I don't like the idol culture, so I don't like the idol, super idol focused aspects of Hololive. I love Hololive for their individuals, but dog, bro, it was so nice that she was outspoken. She is an anomaly for basic Hololive rules. I mean, I loved her for that. I thought that was incredible.
Favorite, the chemistry and tenderness she showcased with her genmate Kiara during their duo streams. But what really cemented her success was her music. She was the first Hololive member to release original songs on a regular basis, and she collaborated with many other VTubers and musicians, expanding her reach beyond the VTuber sphere. And as we'll see later in the video, this would end up becoming a double-edged sword.
Yeah,
but still,
because anyone that becomes successful for something is also going to get hate for that very same thing by detractors that just want to hate for no reason.
Mori pushed through, and by the end of 2022, her music career had reached new heights when she signed with Universal Music Japan and MEI Records, making her major label debut. She released her first EP under the label titled Shinigami Note, and another notable milestone is when she held her first solo concert on July 21st at Toyosu Pit in Tokyo, which was streamed online for fans around the world. However, Mori Calliope's fame also came with a price. She was involved in several controversies and dramas.
Alright, here we're going, baby. Controversy time. It's inevitable, happens to everyone, whether you like it or not. No one's free of this shit.
Fan base. Mori,
because
over
you,
the years,
especially if you're an influencer, you will never, ever be exactly what every single viewer of yours thinks you are. And the moment you step out of that little framework of how they perceive you, they will destroy you. Oh my god.
Had developed a sizable base of antis, especially on platforms such as Twitter, 4chan, and Reddit, where all the mentally stable people hang
Dude,
out.
I respect the boob jiggle and the freaking animation.
On
Let's
platforms
go.
such as years, had developed a sizable base of antis, especially on platforms such
Damn,
as
bro.
Twitter, 4chan,
She knows exactly what she's doing. Based.
Reddit, where all the mentally stable people hang out. One of the
Classic Rima W.
strongest opinion her aunties hold is that Calli is a grifter. Like I mentioned earlier,
A grifter? I didn't actually hear that take. For me, I know Calli gets a lot of hate. What I've seen is just people hating on her music. Literally, just That's everything I see, which is, in my opinion, such a non-issue, because if you don't like her music, don't listen to her music. It's not like she did anything wrong.
This dates back to events way before she even started in Hololive, when she mentioned her criticism of the idol industry and VTuber corporate.
Oh, people are saying she's a grifter because she hated idols, and now she is an idol, and now, oh, she doesn't hate idols anymore. She's obviously grifting instead of changing her opinions. Wow, she's such a grifter. Oh my god, that is such an awful take.
One of the earliest controversies that MORI CALLIOPE faced was when she collaborated with CDogVA, aka Connor, a British YouTuber who was part of the
British? Oh, gross. I thought he was so cool.
podcast. Connor had previously made some negative comments about Hololive VTubers on his stream with Iron Mouse, implying that they were not talented or original.
Something like Hololive is a good example for this because it's almost instant success. You don't have to be a good streamer. You will get success because you're part of Hololive. You'll get a lot more money than most people will see in their lifetime monthly, right? We agree on that. Is that fair to say?
I think we should change the subject.
Okay, point being is that
Damn.
once you get the job, it doesn't matter
remember
what you
this
said on the application, right? Because you just have to perform.
It's good to note that he has since
Yeah, it's an interesting take. Like, while I do think there is merit in some way to what he says, that yes, it definitely puts a spotlight on them, they obviously do have to be a good streamer too. Like, you see, there are some Hololive people that fail.
then retracted this statement and apologized for these comments.
He personally apologized to me and actually every single member of EN and explained the situation to me. And I said, it's fine. Look, just, you know, like, be careful in the future. Like, kind of watch the way you say things. Can be taken out of context, etc.
Funnily enough, this clip was taken out of context from a whole stream where Connor was talking about lying on job applications. So he basically was saying that people should lie on their resume, and once you get your foot in the door, you're already essentially made. According to some
Yeah, that's such a Connor take. Let's go. Oh my god. Yeah, but anyway, listen, I feel like his statement was worded wrong, but it's not like, dude, I don't think his sentiment was that way. He obviously doesn't feel that way about Mori or other people. But also, the fact that Mori got hate for collabing with CDog, who hasn't, like, even if that is his full take, okay? Let's say CDog's take is Hololive bad, okay? And then he collabs with Mori. Why would Mori get hate for something like that? She had every decision in the world to collab with him. Listen, just because I was on a podcast with Hassan, that doesn't mean I agree with everything Hassan says. I obviously don't. I think a lot of Hassan's takes are not good takes. That said, I don't hate him because I disagree with a lot of his takes.
research, it is true that lying on your resume has been a trend over the past few years, especially when applicants are trying to fill employment gaps.
You can't be as bad as Connor. They hate his f***ing guts. Everything he says. They're like, oh, well, he doesn't understand shit about VTubers. How dare he speak about VTubers?
And while it is true that debuting with Hololive sets you up for a wild
Okay.
success, the work that has to be done
Yeah, listen, obviously debuting with Hololive puts a massive spotlight on you before you even start streaming. Yes, that absolutely does work.
before you audition and during your tenure at Hololive is crucial. And I am sure Connor is intelligent enough to understand the nuances of this statement. But when MORI CALLIOPE defended him on her stream after receiving a super chat about it, some fans accused her of lying or covering up for him.
I enjoyed your JoJo space earlier, although you should shy away from acknowledging people who've only spoken negatively about Hololive talents on stream like Connor.
Oh my god,
Oh,
dude.
jeez.
I love when people drop like these long ass super chats. The long super chats that you don't actually read before you start. Like, this guy just donated $100. Obviously, you're gonna read out what they say, especially because you start reading it in your mind and you're like, oh, JoJo space. Then you start reading it and it's like, oh, and then you should, oh, and then it's too late. And then you have to address it.
Spoken negatively about Hololive talents on stream like Connor. Oh geez, here we go again. I would not have read this out loud if I had read it beforehand.
Yeah,
but
it's part of the play. You put something wholesome about JoJo in the beginning on a $100 dono, and obviously they're just gonna read it.
gave me the full context, and I watched
Random Canada war crime just slipped into the DMs.
the full clip. I had a long conversation with Connor about this because we are friends, actually. We speak to each other quite a bit as friends. Don't tell me who I can be friends with and who I can
Yeah,
and can't.
but unfortunately, you're a lot of people's chats, a lot of people's communities feel like they have the right to police who you're friends with.
Acknowledge on my stream.
This controversy escalated when MORI CALLIOPE gifted 50 subs to Connor's stream.
Oh shit, Mori Calliope gave some subs. No way, Mori. Thank you.
Some fans felt betrayed or disappointed by MORI
That's gross. Ugh, disgusting. I mean, if someone would send this to me, I would just say thanks for the money, I guess. Oh my god, that's vile.
MORI Calliope's actions, and one of them even sent her a super chat of $250 with the message, "Condom money for Connor."
Dub, $250. We take those.
This made it so Mori
I watch Connor since I like Ludwig. I like Connor. I like Connor. Is that controversial now? Well, I'm not part of Hololive, so I guess I'm allowed to say it. But I like Connor. I think Connor's a great creator.
not read all of her super chats anymore.
New rule in super chats, guys. I won't be reading all akaspas, depending on my discretion. Some pretty high-level super chats have been utilized to send some pretty like nasty things recently. If you do choose to send super chat that perhaps ridicule or otherwise say rather distasteful things about not just people that I consider friends, but like other people in general, unrelated to me, I will take that money and I will go to their stream and I will give it to them.
Basically, those
Based! Based! Dude, that is so based. Oh my god. Let's go. Let's go. But it's so sad that she needs to fight with these people on her streams. Like, when people send me shit, I get a lot of shit. I get, like, these cancellation tweets these days with, like, tens of thousands. Like, I've seen tweets with over 100,000 likes just basically insulting me just because I'm cringe, which is respectable. I am cringe. I respect that. Dude, you just gotta ignore that shit. Honestly, acknowledging it gives it more power.
quote-unquote fans felt like Mori was betraying her genmates by associating herself with somebody that shit-talked her friends. And then the flames of controversy were fueled even further when she
Wait, this went
responded
further? Oh my god.
tweet that depicted her in a sexual situation with Connor while her fans were watching. The tweet was meant to
That's gross. Oh my god. I know that this is like a funny response, but you gotta ignore this.
depict her in a sexual situation with Connor while her fans were watching. The tweet was meant to be a joke based on an old meme format, but MORI Calliope replied to it sarcastically. She was obviously trolling, but some fans took offense to this reply as
Yeah,
they
that's
felt
why
that
you gotta not reply to any of that stuff. Sarcasm does not do... I am an incredibly sarcastic person. I feel like I've had to tone down my actual IRL sarcasm when I stream, just so people don't take me seriously. And even then, literally even then, I get these out of context clips of me, like, trigger warning, misogynism, and then they'll post a clip of me making some meme about Princess Bubblegum being a psycho bitch. You're getting nerfed Nux sarcasm. IRL Nux is even more sarcastic than you see.
it was disrespectful or insensitive to her fan base. They also criticized her for engaging with trolls or haters.
I do
Instead
think
of
that
ignoring.
I don't think it's worth criticism. I think it's just advice, not engage with trolls.
Them, stating that a professional VTuber should ignore trolls. Her next mistake was responding on the Hololive subreddit in a moment of frustration by
Dude, I know what she's going through when she says, can I please just have fun, please? I see tweets sometimes, and my knee-jerk reaction is to respond, right? Like, you'll see some tweet shitting on you for something. Like, there was a tweet, like, I'll give you an example. Just to explain. There was a tweet that said, about, like, I made a video about Scott Pilgrim, okay? That screenshot got basically posted on Twitter with the caption, "Betty talks about porn in the first 10 minutes," and it got 100,000 likes. I don't remember exactly how many. When I saw it, it was like 70,000 or something. And it's like, "Betty talks about porn in the first 10 minutes." And first of all, I don't even see that as an own. I'm allowed to make jokes in whatever way I deem funny, and if you think I'm a gooner or cringe, then honestly, fine. I'm cool with that. But the funniest part was I literally didn't even talk about porn in the first 10 minutes. Like, it was just a factually wrong tweet that was getting me hate. And I was like tempted to reply. Like, I don't know. My knee-jerk reaction was to respond with some sort of funny insult or whatever, but it's not worth it. Someone linked me that tweet. That's the only reason why I even saw that tweet. I'm not on Twitter these days because of a whole different situation. But replying shows like a weakness. I am opening up to you now to explain like the headspace or my commentary on a certain situation. It's a moment of weakness that's not worth showing.
saying, "Can I please just have some fun?" Naturally, she received a large amount of downvotes because it's Reddit. She then caught some flack for a tweet she made about hitting the lean. For those who don't know, lean or scissor is a recreational drug prepared by mixing prescription cough or cold syrup containing codeine with a soft drink, and it is especially popular among the rap and hip-hop scene, to which she later clarified that she didn't mean but she just meant that she was drinking. To those aunties, this event contributed to reinforce their perception of Mori not wanting to fully integrate the VTuber lifestyle, to hold on to the rap and hip-hop scene by being rebellious and drinking, or even worse, drinking lean. I'm not kidding, they're actually mad at her for drinking or talking about drinking too much in general.
Yeah, people feel like they have the right to police your lifestyle in such a wild way. Like, I get it too. Poor Mori, honestly, goddamn.
First of all, I'm going to keep calling the part of her fan base that are haters her aunties, because it's really important to separate those fans from the rest of her fan base, who I believe are incredibly supportive of her.
Kudansu says, my first ever super chat. You are my favorite Hololive member. Best of luck. Am I really people's favorite?
After all, she's still one of the highest super chatted streamer. She still streamed to dozens of people, and her music is widely the highest super chatted streamer. She still streamed to thousands of people.
Alright, it didn't specify. I wonder what her average viewers are right now.
And her music is widely enjoyed by many. And she's also one of the most watched female YouTube gaming streamers, and still one of the highest super chatted streamers
Let's
of the
go.
year. So why are Mori's aunties judging her so harshly?
They're jealous. Did I spoil it? Did I take the steam out of your wings? Did I deflate your butt? Yes, they're jealous. She's very successful. She's a singer. She's able to do it, but from the comfort of her own home, with her own VTuber, with her friends around her, and people are freaking jealous. Yup. Sorry.
Well, for one, she is not reserved. She is pretty brash and impulsive, outspoken as well, and kinda does whatever she wants. In a way,
I really like Mori. It makes me so sad when I see Mori hate on the timeline.
She is rebellious and has pushed back against what is classically expected from a VTuber, which is not to collab with, oh my god, real life flesh people.
Oh, flesh people, cringe! I would never collab with flesh people. True.
General. So her purity is in question, and her unwillingness to fully embrace the VTuber idol lifestyle. Again, that's not my opinion. I'm just stating what I'm seeing.
I've seen people be like, there are these threads, like, who's your favorite VTuber? And, you know, everyone responds to their favorite VTuber. And every once in a while, you get some guy over there. It's like, oh, Nux is my favorite VTuber. And I'm always super touched. That's really nice of you. A lot of very talented VTubers. So if I'm your favorite, that's really cool. And then you get, like, responses that, he's not a real VTuber. I always viewed him as more of he's a YouTuber, but he has a VTuber avatar. He's not actually a VTuber because he collabs with real people. I was like, okay. Is my bloodline not pure enough for you? Like,
harbor the feeling that she is unsafe for the other members of Hololive.
Yeah, let's do 5.
Okay.
A quick one. Just a quick match. No, you had to say it.
What does that mean?
Just don't worry about it.
Okay.
You know what you're doing, Iris.
No,
you know what you're doing.
No, I don't. I seriously don't. I know it's slang.
Yeah, it is. It's when you do something real fast.
First and foremost, she threatens
did she make a yabai? Did she make a yabai yamero kurosai? Did she make a sexual innuendo? It's like me, every time I say the word cum, it gets posted on Twitter. Ugh, Gooner Nux said the word cum again. Ugh.
Relationship with their favorite Oshi because she collabs with men. And even worse so,
God, that's gross. With men? Oh, at least if they were real women.
Associates with people who dislike VTubers, so they consider her a traitor. And secondly, she threatens their purity by corrupting them. She is considered impure because of her drinking habit or drinking skit. For example, some blame her for corrupting Iris because she went to have tea with her. In those sketches minds.
Oh, dude, this was one of my favorite dramas I've ever gotten into, okay? All right, I don't know why I'm going into personal stuff, but I feel like we have similar hate-doms in certain ways. Like, we have similar hate just because people find us cringe as opposed to actually criticizing us. One of my favorite dramas I've ever gotten into was I collabed with Dan TDM, you know, famous Minecraft YouTuber guy. He has like 30 million subscribers on YouTube. So I collabed with Dan TDM, and he's super wholesome. And like, you know, I showed him Minecraft, very, very cursed Minecraft content. Let's put it that way, like as my meme. I got so canceled on TikTok of all places for corrupting Dan TDM. Bro, Dan TDM is a 30-year-old man with a child or two and a wife. You think I'm corrupting him? Like, what are you talking about?
What if my OC starts participating in this harlot behavior? They're very protective of their waifus, but also just things or even franchises that Mori would come close to. For example, Kingdom Hearts, when Mori tweeted some lyrics from Simple and Clean. And then when she announced her One Piece collab, it catapulted Mori's aunties into a frenzy.
I'm telling you, again, I still stand by my belief that this stems from a delusional jealousy. It's like, it's official, Fat Piggy Mori Calliope is now not only one of the most iconic transformation in One Piece and all of anime manga, but is now the most iconic moment in all of One Piece, and like get so upset that Mori is attached to this thing that they love just because they're jealous of Mori's success. There's no reason for them to hate.
Asking the VTuber not to touch their show like she's too
Don't touch our show. Don't ruin One Piece for us.
icky for their favorite franchise. Funnily enough, the creator of the show, Oda, complimented Mori on the track she made for them, so clearly they weren't speaking for him. And then there was a small incident in which some fans have interpreted that Mori was putting Gura in unsafe situations.
Oh my god, dude, these are adults, you idiots!
Actually, the story goes that Mori and Gura were staying together during an IRL meetup, and Mori gave the keys to her Airbnb to her sister, who threw a large party for them that was still going on when they arrived to the place. The party ended up being much larger than anticipated, and she went on live to talk about what happened as she hid in her closet.
A certain family member happened to be in the area. So they were like, hey, so where are we staying? And I told them, and I was like, well, I'm not off the plane yet. Said family member was like, oh yeah, no, it's cool. We'll just let ourselves in and we'll be really careful. We're just gonna buy some snacks. It's definitely not just my family member and their significant other. In fact, there are people on the curb outside chilling with them alcohols. I roll up and I get out.
Dude, if my sibling ever did this shit to me, I would be so mad. I hate parties. I am the most introverted person alive. I hate parties.
Car, and I'm like, what is happening here? And family member says, Calli, it's been forever. The mistake that I made was giving them the code, because I thought, they're just gonna let themselves in and, just chill.
You gotta know your homies, honestly.
Oh.
I'm invited to a wedding tonight.
There's a rager going on, like full-on EDM blasting out the windows. I was like, yo, we're gonna get kicked out.
She mentioned that Gura was okay, but had locked the door to her room so she could get some sleep.
I think she's fine right now. I think that she's she's in a room close to me.
And people are hating on her for putting Gura in an unsafe situation. Oh my god. When you hear that unsafe situation, you think it's like David Dobrik swinging his employee around in a crane like he got canceled for literally endangering his life. This is like, these are two adults making adult decisions themselves. Grown-ass woman.
The speakers do be bumping, so I think she's fine. She was just like, no, it's cool. I'm just gonna sleep. So she's sleeping.
She received an immense amount of backlash.
Hope management gets involved. Hope Gura's all right. So much for being friends. These are adults that are friends. Why is it your business? Oh my god.
Blaming her for bringing ill repute people near their precious Gura. This event further cemented the opinion that she was, once again, an inconsiderate friend to her genmates. Along with those accusations came other critiques. Some of them of her arriving late or being unprepared for collabs, sounding like she doesn't have a lot of energy, etc.
That's so sick. Do you have a little more energy left in you to dance to a rap that I wrote for you in 2 minutes?
And this is a wild guess, but maybe, just maybe, her having 2 full-fledged music careers and 2 full-time jobs might be the reason why she arrived late to collabs.
Dude, I love this assumption. The reason why you arrived late to collabs was because you're trying to maintain a full-time music career aside from your full-time dedication to being an idol. How dare you?
Thing is, Mori's aunties also seem to not know her at all. I've seen comments of her being lazy, not having done anything to earn her success, when she's clearly a hard worker. She's often talked about her work schedule, regularly looking something like waking up at 9 a.m. and working till 4 a.m. How she's managed to do it for so long, I have no idea.
I was up until 4 last night
recording stuff. No!
Mori has also
Sounds about right. Yep, I believe that 100%. Oh my god. Oh god, dude. I get that grind so much. You have no idea how much I work.
Subject of deep fakes, sexualizing her with horses.
Welcome to
Dude, I saw these memes. Where did this come from? Hold up.
Stream Chat. I hope you guys are ready for today's marathon. So as a special guest, I've brought in my stallion.
The horse meme
There were deep voice over deep fakes of her having sex with horses. That has taken online harassment to the next level. Holy shit. What?
became so popular that they would spam it under every single one of
Oh my god, that's so mean.
her tweets and have become a popular meme by itself. She finally embraced the meme and even mentioned them during her cowboy outfit reveal.
That's how you do it. You gotta meme with it.
Thank you very much for all of your lovely art as well. Some of it a little lewd. To those of you drawing me with horses, y'all are into some fucked up shit, and I hope you get...
Based Calli! Yeah, make them the weirdos. That's what you gotta do! Let's freaking go! That's awesome.
Hope you get the help you need. From deep within this sheriff's heart, please get some help.
Unfortunately, she was not able to debut her horse model and instead had to reveal this shitty car for reasons that you can probably guess.
And because of you degenerate fucks, guess what we got? A car. How fucking boring is this?
Another huge fan of
She wanted a
content
horse. Based.
for Mori's aunties is her music. They immensely criticize her for
Yeah,
being
that's it, bro. Mori Callioppe, every time she gets done writing the worst lyrics ever written, I got one more in me. Yeah, I see that's the hate that I see constantly. Just the bad music. And I love how people try to insult me for doing bad music too, because I literally don't sing. I'm not a singer, never claimed to be a singer. I make one meme song about Twitch thoughts and people just go fucking crazy over that one. Dude, I love it so much.
a white rapper. Some say she is culturally
Fetishizing and hypersexualizing Asian culture and women? What? That's the worst take I've ever seen. Go.
appropriating foreign cultures on top of having mediocre lyrics and mediocre music. Every time Mori releases a new song, Twitter is on fire.
I don't know why they blurred the names. I would leave the names up. I think that the only thing that these people are anonymous, right? All these haters are anonymous, that they'll never see any actual repercussions to their actions. That's the issue with anonymity on Twitter. I mean, obviously I like anonymity, but at the same time, the issue with anonymity is you will never face any consequences to anything you do because you can always just change your handle and that's it. I don't believe in blurring out these people.
His music was a YouTube creator by the name of Brad Taste Music, who has released
I think I heard of this guy.
not
Oh my god, Brad Taste in Music. He's a music reviewer that constantly shits on Mori's music? Oh man.
of him reacting and reviewing Calli's music.
It's not very good. But then again, it's like this is disconnected white girl music.
And that's not even counting the
man.
videos he did on her alter ego. From what I gathered after watching a few of his
This guy just hates her. It's like I have some YouTube channels that are just people posting shit about me
on 1.5 speed because it was so hard to sit through, is that Brad really hates songs that he deems too polished or cheesy or corporate sounding. You see, Brad is a truly original artist that would never sink as low as to release a popular and polished song under a label that would be considered anything remotely superficial or
Wait, what? He hates her because she worked with Universal because she's official or polished? That's not criticism. Like, come on, bro.
mainstream. Brad is an artistic individual, an intellectual, and he would never write one silly rhyme. He seems to despise cute and cheesy lyrics, and honestly, I'm just not sure he's into the whole J-pop / J-rock or even K-pop vibes at all. Which
is wild to me when people criticize music that's just not their type of music and then just shit on it when it's just a genre that they don't like. Look, I don't think that music reviewers reviewing music that they don't like and saying it's bad is wrong. I think that's literally their job, is to review music. But when you're going in with the preconceived bias that you hate this genre and then you're gonna say the music's shit, well then obviously the music's shit.
Explain his disdain in most of these songs that he's showcased on his channel. After all, taste is subjective, and those kinds of songs are often very overcharged and mix large amount of different music's aesthetics and genre. And Mori's music definitely does that a lot, but Brad really isn't into it. When he reviews songs by Blackpink, the lyrics are too silly for him. And yet when he reviews Mori's music, he doesn't like how she takes herself too seriously. Like, ew.
Damn, oh my god! Rima Evanstar with the freaking research! You went hard on this Brad guy. Oh my lord.
If you ever go 100% in your craft, after all, looking uninterested is the only cool way to live your life. And yeah, I should know because that's exactly how Brad portrays himself during his music reviews.
Look, I'm not a die-hard Mori fan, okay? I can't look past everything that sucks about this song to hear my queen speaking to me, okay?
On top of that, it seems—
Oh my god. She went so hard. Dude, massive Rima W, just saying.
Brad doesn't know anything really about the VTuber industry.
Everything about Mori is like she's just comes off as so fake. Like she's just playing up everything as much as possible because she's afraid that people—
I am not the biggest fan of Mori's music personally. All right, I think she has one song that I liked, but it's not like something I listen to personally. I respect her talent, but to just make a whole freaking channel with dozens of videos just ranting about how he doesn't like her music, that's insane.
People are gonna see her as someone who's like white and has nothing to say because they have like this huge imposter syndrome, which it's like if you do, then maybe, you know, tone it back a bit, but you can't when you're doing something like this. When you're making this anime type shit, you must believe that everything has to be as overblown as possible or else she's gonna lose the spot.
Does he not understand VTubing culture at all? The answer is no. He obviously doesn't understand VTubing culture at all. But dog, what? The insult was, oh, it's in an anime style and she's white.
Corpus commissioned VTubers way in advance before finding a creator for it. And Brad seems to be using this as an excuse for spinning his own narrative and claims that Mori is unoriginal. And further proof of that is that she didn't have a say into designing her own character.
She didn't even design her model. She didn't have—
Dude, yo! This criticism's also amazing. Like my model, it's like an anime version of Sans. I get so much hate. I can't believe your model is just an anime version of Sans. And it's like, okay, I literally don't care. Okay.
Creative control over her own character. Yeah, no wonder her music sounds completely inauthentic. Jesus.
Music sounds inauthentic because she works for Hololive, where Hololive supplies her with the model. That's her job, where Hololive picks her model.
Jesus Christ.
Like, bruh. Even Brad Friend pushed back against the extremely subjective things that he says about her.
Honestly, I feel like a lot of people, like, he'll start hating on her music, he'll get a lot of views, and then he'll get a lot of people that are subscribing because they are Mori haters, and those are the people that are going to be talking in chat, and it just feeds the fire, and will further radicalize him down that rabbit hole.
Hololive members, their models are, like, designed by popular Japanese character designers.
Wow. Wait, that's actually terrible. That is the most, like, corporate whitewashed bullshit ever.
It's kind of just how it's common in
That's just the culture. Huh?
The VTuber industry altogether.
Okay, well that explains a lot actually. There are very few VTubers that design their own models.
But that's not true either. What are you talking about?
But it explains a lot why their music sounds like it's the most like factory grown garbage, and why even at a more elevated level like this song, it is completely unlistenable and in my opinion, horrendous.
He seems to have the most surface level of some of the music concepts he is reviewing. You would think a critic would have a little bit of knowledge of some of the concept or even the subject that he's reviewing before giving it its opinion. But fear not, Brad is a quote-unquote musician, so he knows what he's talking about. He released an album in 2019 with none of the songs breaking over 10k views, and has also released a satirical EP in 2023, and aside—
She is going deep on this Brad guy. Oh my god. Listen, I respect someone not liking my shit and giving me a critique of why they don't like my shit, but when it's clearly based on some sort of bias or faction of the fandom that's hating, and therefore he'll just appease his fans that are hating, like that's just looks sort of like what's going on here from the slice of Brad that I'm seeing through this video.
I haven't seen anything or found any credentials that validate him as a music professional or music critic. I get the feeling that he is in a way jealous of Mori's success and
she said the thing. It's jealousy. It's jealousy. It's the fact that this whitewash anime girl that didn't even have creative choices over her own model
believes that if he were in her place, he would be putting out better content, when clearly he doesn't. Unlike Knox Hill, an actual respected industry professional with over 1 million subscribers on YouTube, he has released multiple albums and has received positive feedbacks from fans and critics for his lyrical skills and storytelling and versatility. You see, Knox Hill also reacted to Calli's music and actually loved it. He actually tried to understand single lyric and where they came from and really appreciated them. As a fellow artist, artist, he understood the Easter eggs and even the Grim Reaper imagery she put in her videos for her audience.
All the metaphors that she's choosing, like the rhymes will slay you, murder connoisseurs, cute as all hell, like sending you to hell. She's super cute, and it sounded super cute at first. The beat still sounds super cute, but the lyricism is heavy. She is firing lyrical, murderous ammunition at us right now.
And even though he doesn't participate in her audience culture and barely knew anything about her lore, he still made that connection and appreciated how her audience would respond to it. It's funny because it's the very same thing Brad critiqued her for by saying that on the contrary, she played too much into her character. Noxhill also—
It's the sake of criticizing anything. Like, listen, even there are people that I don't like, okay? And when I criticize them, like, there is gonna be some aspects of their character that doesn't warrant criticism. Like, to say, okay, Illuminati, all right? I really don't like Illuminati. I think she's a major asshole on YouTube and all that fun stuff. However, that said, I'm not gonna say that the video production quality on her channel is bad. The videos she makes are actually just good. They're good videos, they're well researched and well edited. That said, she's a bitch and she's evil.
People would criticize her for.
Human erasure, can't stop the pacer, make sure. Again, there's some nice internal schemes, and she's coming through with this dotted, faster flow. I was not ready for her to attack this beat and drop in the way that she's doing it, man.
I find Brad to be a good case study and worth mentioning here because he truly reflects how antis of Mori think and behave. They easily dismiss someone's hard work by being very subjective and knowing very little about them, and they always do it in a way that's very pretentious. The problem with
like
the
every
internet
hater,
is
I
that
guess.
untruths quickly can become the truth even when someone takes the time to debunk it. An outside observer reading all of these comments and tweets about Mori Calliopes,
Yep.
I'm afraid could easily reach the wrong
Dude,
conclusion.
100%. You'll have people that absolutely never saw my content or heard me in the past, and they'll see me and they'll be like, oh, you're that guy that mentioned porn in your Scott Pilgrim video. It's like, okay. All right. Sure.
Conclusions. And this was the case when she collabed with a producer named Umru. When the song was announced, Mori's Twitter mob came at her again. The random hate tweets surfaced again. Some
Dude, and then everyone just comes in and blasts them.
B-tweeters claimed that she was a transphobe. Others claimed that
They
she
just
was a
blame you for everything. I'm called every slur under the sun on Twitter. God damn.
racist because of some lyrics from her song Snake Eyes, and then some old screenshots of her past life got digged up, and those screenshots were less than flattering. Basically, between that and the Twitter propaganda, the mob managed to convince Umru, who ended up throwing Mori under the bus.
That actually happens. Like, you'll have people that won't associate with me just because of Twitter mobs, you know?
Apologized for collabing with her in a tweet. The antis felt bolstered because a public figure sided with them. Umru then proceeded to block her and denounce her further. I've looked to see if he released another statement either retracting or apologizing for the
Dude.
misinformation, but I haven't found anything, and he still produces music to this day. And lastly, very recently, she said that
That's
part
wild.
of Twitter again after covering the song Internet Yamero. As you guys can see with these very negative tweets, it really doesn't matter what Mori does.
Yeah,
Girl
literally
can't seem
not.
to.
You'll get hated regardless. Like, honest to God, you'll get hated no matter what at this point. You've developed this hatedom on Twitter that are emboldened by each other, and that's it. And I get it. I'm at the same spot. But Mori, you are great. Don't let Twitter convince you that you're not, okay? Twitter's not real.
Catch a break. Unknowingly to the world, while Mori was facing a relentless barrage of insults, internally, she was also fighting her personal demons. She has been remarkably candid about
Dude, literally me right now. You have no idea what's going on. Oh my God. This is...
her struggles,
Oh,
a theme that permeates her song lyrics. She grapples with the guilt of achieving success in the industry while some of her friends were left behind, forced to abandon their dreams.
I need to recommend this game to a friend of mine. This makes my heart very happy. Yeah, it's nostalgic. All good.
Me win feet. Oh.
by its unique challenges, has been far from smooth for Mori, and she has weathered numerous storms, often wrestling with profound sadness despite her privileged position, a situation many would covet, but also a situation that would make many unsympathetic to her.
Dude, it's true. It's like, successful person not allowed to be sad. Successful person not allowed to be unhappy. You unhappy, but you're also rich, so your feelings are invalid.
Basically, despite all the fame and wealth, happiness remained elusive for her, and she's always felt like the villain in her story. Scouring through hours and hours of some of the stuff people are
but like I aimed to be the villain in my story, so I guess I'm succeeding.
willing to write about her, it's clear to me that some people have made it their whole life persona to be hostile and advocate hate
Honestly,
and harassment.
like there are people that their entire accounts are just Nux Taku hate accounts, so I'm sure Mori gets exactly the same shit.
Towards MORI CALLIOPE for whatever reasons. This particular group of people seem to have a perception of her that is, in my opinion, inaccurate and a stretch. I would like to debunk
I'm gonna message Mori after this. Like, I'm actually, like, I feel bad for her. Hope she's okay.
the very first claim and perhaps basis of her auntie's hatred. Mori doesn't care about her VTuber friends. The perception that she doesn't care about her friends in Hololive is ludicrous. Mori's a sensible girl and she's demonstrated it many times live on stream.
Yeah.
A place where it's kind
She
of hard.
definitely strikes me as someone that's... I know that they like blaming her for endangering Gura, but she seems like an incredibly responsible person. Honestly.
To fake your emotions because it's live. You can clearly see that Mori cares for her genmates. For example, just one example that comes to my mind off the top of my head is when she cried for Kiara's departure. And anybody watching this can see that it was genuine. And when she also got emotional watching Kiara perform on her birthday stream.
In that moment, my brain just flashed to like all the conversations that we've had about the hard things that we've dealt with being in Hololive and like suddenly having so many eyes on us and stuff like that, and like the tough things that we've had to like deal with and come to terms with, and seeing some of the unfair cards dealt to her and others. I just kind of thought about that for a second, and it just got me really emotional, like seeing her in 3D on the screen. It really like hit me right in the heart, you know? She really tries super hard. I got really happy to see her fly, because she deserves to fly. She's just really amazing and works super hard.
On the contrary of public's opinion, I find that she has defended her genmates over and over again, even sometimes over her own financial gains. For example, she immediately removed music from her opening stream animation when it was created by an artist who went after the Fuamoku twins. And as far as it goes for Calli's music, I feel like whenever people complain about someone else's content, they've probably never put the time and effort to put themselves out there.
I feel like that's 100% true. It's so easy to criticize from your glass house. From your situation where you've never gone through what someone else goes through, it is so easy to criticize. So you can't really criticize people unless you've been in their shoes to some degree.
Like someone's content, after all, taste is subjective. On top of that, it's probably not catered uniquely to you, but I don't see why you gotta go as far as voicing your discontent online, or worse yet, harass somebody for it. So if you're like me and have never wrote a lyric in your life and you feel the unnerving urge to criticize someone else's music, just don't. The world will
It's not just about music. It's criticizing people based on a situation that you can't understand. I feel like that's just everywhere. For me, criticizing someone else's content when they're providing content for an audience that I can't understand, or that I'm not part of that audience, is ridiculous, okay? Like, listen, I make YouTube videos, but criticizing CoComelon for churning out children's videos is just asinine. It's ridiculous. I mean, obviously, I think CoComelon it's a content farm, the lowest common denominator of content, and I don't enjoy it at all, but it's literally not made for me. It's made for children. Mr. Beast. I like Mr. Beast. I don't like Mr. Beast's videos. Like, I'll watch them and they're like entertaining, I guess. It's like watching a 10-minute long YouTube short. I don't like Mr. Beast's videos. I have a lot of respect for him, for what he does, for his dedication. Obviously, these videos are appealing to the masses, even though I personally don't like them. They're not something I will watch almost ever, unless it's some sort of controversies going on. I won't watch the videos. I like Mr. Beast as a person. I think he's an amazing force for good. That said, I don't like his videos. But but I'm not gonna criticize him for making bad videos because I don't like them, because they're obviously made for somebody else. Like, it's insulting people's music because it's not a genre that you're used to is like insane.
To see another day without your unwarranted opinion.
And so the beef begins. I'm getting into beef with Mr. Beast over this.
For the auntie's opinion, did it matter in the end? No. By letting her hard work and dedication speak for itself, Mori Calliopes ended up gaining a lot of respect and recognition from other VTubers and industry artists alike, who praised her for her talent, personality, and professionalism.
Being professional is very good. You want to be professional. I mean, now, you know, now they're like, what the fuck, probably. That was real professional in the beginning. And now I'm like,
True. Being professional is good in most places, but streaming is the least professional profession in the history of professions. So,
I'm still growing and still learning, and I'm doing my best to, you know, improve day by day. I know I can be a better me, but also have fun at
Dude, she's so wholesome. Oh my god, dude. Why do people hate Mori? It's so sad.
the same time.
As for her relationship with her fan base, the Deadbeats, she seemingly managed to maintain a strong connection and trust with them, who keep on supporting her through thick and thin. And I think that's commendable because a lot of creators would have easily lost trust in their fan base if they felt like they could turn on them on a whim. And we've seen that
I
with
get that. And dude, the fact that you guys, you chat, comment section, you guys, you're still with me, it honestly means the world to me.
many public figures lately.
Deadbeats everywhere. I'm not alone because you guys are here. That's always how it's been. Thank you so kindly. Really, truly.
In the end, I am very glad Mori seems determined to push through the negativity and focus on what makes her happy.
Yes.
She seems adequately equipped to handle the backlash, or maybe she's just too busy to have the time to get into her own head. Also,
Equipped, bro. If she sees it, it happens, and she has to make the active decision to ignore it. That is equippedness.
I say adequately, but keep in mind that the human brain is simply not equipped to deal with rejection and negativity on such a large scale. But for
It's
whatever
insane.
it's worth,
But for better or for worse, you get used to it. I know it's kind of sad to say, but you get used to it. It's ruthless. It's horrible, but yeah, it happens.
handling it well, or at least as well as someone can. In an article from Dexerto, she mentions that she's okay and that she is mostly worried about those close to her who might get affected by the toxicity as well as her fans.
I get
Ultimately,
that. I'm always afraid that people I collab with or friends of mine are gonna get hate just because they collab with me. I know Charlie did. Charlie got hate at one point. Did Charlie really collab with this guy? But Charlie gets so much hate on Twitter now too.
her own inner demons to fight, and those obstacles did not stop her from pursuing her dreams. After all, she is truly a VTuber who has made a lasting impact on the industry and culture, and it's very hard to imagine what the scene would look like today without Mori.
She made a veritable lasting impact on VTubersism. And it's great.
Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today.
That was a great video, Rima Avanstar. Definitely go check her out. God damn it.
Way too much brain rot comments and threads, and I need a break. But if you guys enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel.
Yeah,
and
guys,
hit that
do it.
notification bell so you
Guys, leave likes, comments. Let me know if you want me to watch another Rima Avanstar video. Hells yeah, hells yeah. This was a really good, highly detailed, well-researched, well-written, good thought-out video, and I'm sure, Rima, your content will only improve. And message me anytime if you need help with content at all. Get a better microphone. Literally, your content would get a better microphone, please, please, please. But thank you for being here. This was the never-ending controversies of Mori Calliopes. I really like her. Like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch. Stay weird, fam.